Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going over the best finishing badge layout for every slasher in NBA 2K20. Now as you can see, these are my 4 main builds right here. I'll say that I have more of a 3 main builds. This offensive threat, I'm low-key in the works of still getting up. But as you can see, they all 4 have slash takeover. They're all very different. This one has more shooting to it. This one has very minimal defense. This one is a true big man slasher, as in 6'9" finisher defender. And then this one is a 6'5" pure lock. So for instance, we're gonna go over all 4 of these right here. And in my opinion, the best layout for all of them. I'm gonna go over what badges to put on if you're building your player up and you only have 4, maybe 8. So without further ado, this is gonna be a very detailed video. I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff, and we'll go in order of the builds that I like the most. So we're gonna go from finisher to playmaking slasher to the two-way finisher, the pure lockdown build, and then I'll go ahead and show you the offensive threat last. Alright, so like I said, first build we're going to break down is the finisher. For those who are subbed to my channel, you obviously know this build. This is my main. This is what I've been using almost all year. But for those who are new to the channel, I'm just going to break it down very slim. So, great finishing ability. I didn't upgrade post hook. It's a true inside big man, but I do have 53 three-pointer. Now, if I hit legend with this, it's going to be different. Alright, I'm going to just say that. But as you can see, it's a little bit more of a hybrid. 65 ball control at max ability. And then the only thing I didn't upgrade all the way on defense is steal. You can see all the other defensive ratings are super high and great. The physicals are good as well. I'm at 99.0 with this, just so we're clear too. So everything would be boosted by 1 to that point. But anyway, we'll go straight through with this. This is all going to make sense. I'm not going to spend too much time on the shooting badges for this build, obviously, because I got 1. And then same with, you get what I'm saying. I'll detail this a lot more in the areas that the builds are good at. So we'll just get straight into this. Now, the way I would explain how I adjust my finishing badges is not so much based on what court I'm on like it is with playmaking. Like, for instance, with playmaking, if I'm on 2s, I use higher space creator. If I'm on 3s, I use higher downhill, things like that. But with 2v2, it's more based on who I'm playing with. So like I said, for instance, if I'm playing as a screen setting big man, we're using Lob City Finisher at the highest ability possible. That just makes complete sense for me to do. If they have people on the backside camping paint, I need to be able to screen well to get my guard open to force that big to step out of the paint temporarily and then catch the lob, finish on late contests, and that's definitely what this Lob City Finisher allows you to do at the highest level. Now, like I said, if I'm maybe more so ISOing, I'll probably only use this on bronze and lower that a little bit and maybe rock out with gold on gold on this. Lately, I have come to a realization that I don't really value Relentless Finisher as much as I used to. Maybe if I want to touch it up a little bit, I'll go silver when I'm ISOing on 2v2. But the only time I'm going to touch anything higher than silver on this badge right here is if I'm on the 1v1 court. Now, if I am on the 1v1 court, obviously this badge is coming off completely. That's just a given. We're not catching no lobs on the 1v1 court. So if I'm on the 1v1, we're going to rock something like this. Hall of Fame Relentless, Hall of Fame Slithery, Fancy, Contact Finisher, and then Silver on Consistent and Acrobat. I rock out with this badge set quite often. And I used to do this, on the 2v2 court when I was ISOing. But then, like I said, I realized I don't need this at the highest level, no matter what it is, unless it's 1v1. Now, what I will say is your story may be different than mine. I'm Elite 1. When you hit SS3, you get that extra Gatorade bar permanently, and you don't ever have to do your weekly workouts. And then on top of that, I have 800k VC, so I just constantly keep on buying all 3 things of the Gatorade for every single game I play. I figure, why not? I already have 4 builds. I'm probably not gonna, fiend to make new ones and stuff like that, and I'd like to just utilize my build to the best of its ability. So like I said, I'm always buying the Gatorades. Now with that said, I don't face stamina problems quite as much as the most of you probably would. So with that said, if I were you and you were rocking out and you were gonna constantly keep on dunking and you're ISOing on the 2v2 court, definitely go ahead and put this on Hall of Fame. Relentless is probably a must in that situation. This is based on your stamina intake and just all that type of stuff. Not to mention too, if your build is a low overall, your stamina is even lower, probably around 90, I would assume, instead of 99. And that is a big difference, yo, for real, that is a huge difference. So if you have a low overall build and you're SS2 or below, and you don't buy your Gatorade, I would definitely recommend to use Hall of Fame Relentless for sure. Just because I don't use this at the highest level doesn't mean you shouldn't. So that's all for the finishing, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is just suggest what I would put for the first 8 badge upgrades on this build. So first 4 are going into Contact Finisher. No doubt about it, it's just the best finishing badge in the game. No further explanation needed. After that, like I said, for those of you who have the low overall, low rep, you're going to want Relentless next. It's going to be a tough thing to deal without it. And then I'd probably say Bronze Slithery, Bronze Fancy, and Bronze Consistent after that. Those are the first 8 badge upgrades I would put into this build. Moving along, we'll keep this part real slim. I'll explain more on the shooting badges on a build that actually needs the shooting badges more, but like I said, the only two things I would touch on this build, bronze slippery off ball or bronze quick draw. One of the two, doesn't matter which, whatever fits your playstyle more. But anyway, as far as what is a lock, no matter what, I'm using gold quick first step, no doubt. If I'm on 3v3, downhill is going to gold, bailout is going to bronze. If I'm on 2v2, obviously downhill is coming off completely, and I'm either going to rock with something like this, or if I want to rely on more of my passing, bailout will go to gold and space creator on bronze. I don't really touch anything other than those four badges right there. Alright, yo, as far as defensive badges goes, I'm gonna need y'all to understand I'm just going over how I play. This is not how I intend for you guys to play. This is just me saying I don't value rebound chaser and I only use bronze box, okay? So just understand that. Now, no matter what, when I'm playing 2v2, these badges are staying on at the highest level. Now, depending if I'm playing with as a screen setter and I'm playing with an outside point guard, then I need the Hall of Fame brick wall. And then at that point too, if the outside point guard is built properly and he can handle like guarding the spot up bigs or something like that and he can rebound with them, then I'm gonna go ahead and put like gold clamps on. If I'm playing with the two-way sharp that I usually play with, then I'm gonna go ahead and do something like this right here, or probably go with that, where I don't want to step onto the point guard too often. My point guard already that I'm playing with is a good match for the guards, but if it's like a two-way slash play or something like that, then it makes sense for me to switch on to him. And that's where I really value the things like chase down artist, rim protector, intimidator's big time as well. Like I said, pogo stick is big time too. Now for 3v3 stage, I'm gonna only say stage because that's the only time that this is coming off. If I'm playing park 2, honestly this is all staying the exact same. If I'm playing park 3s, we're keeping all this stuff the exact same as it is. But stage 3s, the only thing that I'm changing is taking pogo stick off and putting defensive leader on. I feel like perimeter defense is more important in stage. You're gonna want your teammates to be able to lock up a little bit better. And then as well, one more adjustment I would make too is to drop rim protector and put clamps higher in case a situation where I need to step onto the point guard and like guard ball and get ISO'd. Now, you know, with the nerf they did to the behind the back and stuff like that, it's not too worrisome to that point, but you still do want to keep clamps at a high level. People are still learning how to dribble again, and it's you know, they're very good with it. So anyway, like I said, that was a hard one to explain. I hope y'all can take what you needed to take from that. So for breakdown number 2, we got my facilitating finisher, the one that people call toxic, even though I have 35 block and 36 steal and 48 perimeter D, but y'all get the deal. The build can shoot, it can finish, it can dribble, it can even enter the post with 99 post moves. So this is just a breakdown of kind of, like I said, the playmaking slasher type, the Joe Knows build, if you will, and just what I would do with the badges for that. So like I said, finishing badges basically stay the same, even though low-key, since I enter the post a little bit more with this build, I had the bronze drop stepper on. Not necessarily needed, you don't have to put that on if you don't want, but what I will say is this is just my breakdown of what I like to use. So like I said, I don't use Lob City Finisher all that often on this build. I feel like you can still finish lobs, and the fact that I can shoot kind of allows me to be open more on these alley-oops. My build not being able to finish on the first breakdown is why I feel like Lob City Finisher is so needed, because I'm going to be taking contested finishes and, you know, contested alley-oops and, you know, late arrivals on that help defense from the big man, and, you know, you just need this badge higher. But like I said, me being a ball handler, we're gonna, you know, really utilize these 3 badges right here: contact, fancy, and slithery. Like I said, I don't value relentless finisher all that much, but if I were you using a build like this, I'd probably go ahead and rock something like this, or yeah, I'd probably just keep them all silver, honestly. I'll just go ahead and do that. So again, if you have 18 finishing badges, probably go with something around that. Now for my shooting, I use bronze catch and shoot and bronze corner specialist, silver hot start, and then gold quick draw. For you, I wouldn't recommend to use hot start at all. I'd probably just up things like green machine, or maybe even use a little bit more corner specialist. It all depends on what you like to do. If you don't catch and shoot and you don't shoot in the corner at all, then probably just rock something like that. But like I said, for me as a YouTuber, you know, I'll let you guys in on some insider info, okay, for all my subs. I'm gonna put it like this: if I miss a shot, I'm probably not making a gameplay out of it with this entertaining build. So I'm gonna just put it like this: hot start is a very premium thing for me specifically. For you, probably don't value this too much. I wouldn't really value that badge too much, but like I said, for me as a YouTuber, I just, you know, advocate for myself having this higher, and I'm not lying to y'all, like for real, that's just how I see it. So anyway, this is just what I use, and this doesn't change at all. I tell you guys what, playmaking is a tough one to describe as well. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes figuring out how to explain this to y'all. So I'm gonna just put it like this: I believe in this myth that I've been told, and I believe it as well because I've seen it firsthand. Hall of Fame dimer, I feel like, accelerates your teammate's jump shot speed, and I feel like you just don't want to use that. It's going to throw your teammate off completely. You don't have to believe me if you want, but I believe in this, so I just recommend to only use this on gold. Plus, that's an extra badge point, so hey, so be it. I would recommend never take off quick first step. It handles for days. And Space Creator, I'm a big fan of Space Creator, and I feel like it's kind of what allows me to feel like I only need bronze unpluckable, because if somebody dares to play me tight, I literally just push them off me and make them stumble. This Hall of Fame Space Creator is legit, y'all, for real. I recommend only at least use bronze needle threader. This is a big time bronze badge to have. If you want to flip these and feel like you're just gonna make less hop dunk like pass out ofs, if you will, and you want to, like, you know, dot people more, needle threader is a great badge to have on, whether it's a high level or a low level. But me personally, I like to get my teammate open by just doing the hop, and then I can pass out of it really efficiently and accurately. So just keep all that in mind. Ankle breaker I like to use, but that's just me as a creator. If you're trying to have some fun, I suppose you can too. And then low key, this is another thing I do too. If I'm playing with somebody who can actually shoot pretty well, I like to use my post game on this build, where I have, you know, 99 post moves, and I would like to use some post spin, get a hop dunk out of that, you know, maybe even take them into the post and drop step them. Like, my build is 6'9", low key, like intermediately post scorer, has decent post fade as well. And, you know, with all that in mind, I would like to use some post spin as well. Now, with one defensive badge, if you're, and a lot of people can probably relate to this, if you have one defensive badge, I recommend to put it on Intimidator and never take it off. Like that, this badge right here alone helps me at least a little bit with the fact that I have this garbage freaking 46 interior D and 48 perimeter D with 36 steal, 35 block. I can't believe people think this is like a comp build and this is toxic, bro. This is one of the most like have fun. Like, I made this build to have fun, I'm gonna put it like that. And this is one of the worst builds when it comes to defense. Now, people think I was a lock, so that must mean that I just got good stick on defense, okay? Because I'm gonna put it like that. Like, this build does not have good defense, all right? But the physicals are good enough to, like, kind of make up for that. The fact that I went speed invert with this build helps quite a bit as well, because then I can rebound better. I can, you know, kind of make up for it with the blocking ability, just at the fact that I'm 6'9" and I can jump high. So anyway, without further ado, we'll get into the next build. Alright, yo, so a fan favorite right here. We got Little Big Man. Now, I was going to say, since this is a very unique build, I wasn't going to spend too much time breaking down how I feel about the badges. But the fact of the matter is, I know a lot of my subs have this build, and you're probably just now getting it to its best ability as well. Because I have had this build for a while, and it's a grind, bro. It's a grind to get all these defensive badges. But anyway, as you can see, 99 speed, 99 vert, 98 excel. I'm at a 99.0 right now. There's a whole lot of saying 99s with this stuff. Like right here, I'm a 98 with block, but at 99.0, it's 99. Y'all can see how hard it is to do this commentary stuff, okay? But anyway, like I said, whole lot of defense. You know, it's crazy because I'm sitting here and, like, for all my subs who are watching this, think about how all the new people feel. Like, they probably think I got some of the most trash builds in the game. I'm gonna just put it like this. Anybody that's made this Little Big Man build, or my main build, the finisher, or even the facilitating finisher, any of y'all that have made these builds, you know, like, these are not to be messed with, and they're, like, actually really fun and good builds. But like I said, let them keep disrespecting. It's whatever. I already know dudes are gonna be, like, you know, talking down on Little Big Man. They always do. But anyway, as you can see, like, crazy driving dunk as well. But anyway, we'll get straight into the badges. With the gold badge setup, I'm gonna put it like this. I value, you know, depending on who you're playing with, use the Lob City finisher. Like I said, I was playing as a screen setter with this as well, so that's how you're gonna see a lot of these badges look. I'm just gonna say probably rock with this, and maybe even just bronze on this, but for the sake of, you know, maybe your own ability, you might want to use silver consistent. But it's pretty simple. We'll just leave it like that. There's not too much more to address with this build. If you catch lobs, however, I would probably say to rock something like this and just not use Acrobat. But it's pretty simple to break down the gold finishing badges. I would just say probably go with something like this. So we'll just leave it at that. The one shooting badge, do not even touch bronze quick draw with this build. I got 39 three-pointer. I'm not shooting no threes, all right? I'm using bronze slippery off ball. I'm gonna be crazy on the pick and rolls. I got 99 speed, 99 excel, and I've seen it firsthand. The slips on this build are ridiculous. I need to bring y'all some more like 3v3 or like 2v2 with this build where I'm actually playing as like a screen setter rather than the 1v1 court. But anyway, to the playmaking we go. This is what I was using at the moment, playing 3v3. So I wasn't using downhill. I already felt like my speed was gonna be good enough, and I wanted to use gold floor general for both my point guards. We were running 3 point guards on the 3v3 court, and I was playing the big man spot with this. And like I said, I wanted both my PGs to benefit with like ball control and more three-pointer and stuff like that. So that is one of the perks of this build. I run it as an inside center, but I still have gold floor general, and I could use gold dimer if I wanted to. But I wanted to keep these a little higher. I felt like they didn't really need like a dimer boost for like catch and shoot. Plus, they don't really be shooting off catch and shoots anyway. but y'all get the deal. Honestly, what I like to do with this build though, it is really fun to use this as a screen setter and then still keep that gold quick first step on. But like I said, screen setter, you're gonna roll, and then when you do roll, you could still have the gold dimer on it as well. This is one of my favorite ways to use this. I just haven't ran much 3v3 lately with this build, but anyway, I would love to do that in like the short-term future. I'm definitely going to. So here was me trying to be like super toxic. All right, so I wasn't using an AD leader, even though I have 30 and I was on like, you know, 3v3 defense. I wanted to truly just be a problem on defense. So I was using Hall of Fame Rim Protector, Hall of Fame Interceptor. Honestly, not a big fan of this. I'm taking it off as we speak. That was some BS. I shouldn't have ever like even planned to do that. I just don't believe in Interceptor, y'all. Like, I was out here getting auto interception animations anyway, even with, you know, no Interceptor, just because I have a high steal rating. And it's not worth putting on this build. Same with Pickpocket. It's kind of worthless. I would probably say like Tireless Defender would be a better use. Or even, you know, at that point, maybe even Bronze Rebound Chaser or Silver Box, because I am pretty small and it's kind of hard to, like, you know, secure them box outs. So maybe, yeah, something like this. But regardless, you get the deal. Whole lot of defensive badges. If I'm not using Brick Wall and I'm ISOing, I'm probably just going to go ahead and put on something like Tireless Defender, or probably Pick Dodger, actually, just for the sake of, since I'm probably playing 2v2, if I'm playing with anybody who's just going to spot up and, like, you know, not really do anything. And yeah, this one, I understand y'all saying, like, yo, this takes no skill. This is a Hall of Fame rim run build. I got no three-pointer. I'm not setting screens half the time. I'm literally just running to the hoop and dunking on your big man. All right. Now, if your big man can't stop it, that's his own problem. I got a pure lock out here, like, you know, taking it into the hoop on these 7'3" bigs, and they still can't stop it, and they want to sit here and cry about it like anybody else does that. All right. Anyway, long story short, we'll get to the offensive threat and finalize this video. Alright, yo, so this little dude right here, he is one of a kind. I got a 6-foot offensive threat right here. You can see the physicals are like ridiculous too, and I'm only a 94 overall. This eventually goes to 97 speed, 99 excel, 99 vert, with 95 ball control, and still 88 three-pointer and contact dunks too. Listen, eventually I'm bringing this to y'all, I promise. But for the most part right here, what I'm gonna go ahead and do with this video is explain to you guys what to do with your BP build, like badge setup. Like, for instance, this is not gonna be like strictly for me, because I know a lot of y'all don't have this 6-foot offensive threat, and I don't really encourage you to either. This is I made this build for fun as well. Honestly, all my builds I make for fun, and I'm just gonna put it like that. But anyway, we'll just go straight through with this. For the BPs, oh yeah, this was a little MYCAREER grind setup. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend to touch that at all. Anyway, as you can see, I obviously go with contact finisher. For me right here, I use Giant Slayer on Hall of Fame no matter what, just because like that makes complete sense for me to do. And then for the most part, I think my badge setup right here is what I would work with, where I would go honestly probably something like this, or maybe I would just, you know, drop Giant Slayer a little bit and go like Bronze Relentless, Bronze Acrobat as well. But for the most part, for your BPs, I wouldn't recommend to even touch Giant Slayer. It's not gonna be worth it. Definitely rock out with something like this right here, and then, you know, probably go with like the Silver Consistent or the Silver Acrobat. You know, it's basically like what I've been saying for the most part through this whole video. Just don't value things like, you know, things like Giant Slayer. Even if you're like 6'5" or 6'4", I still don't think it's worth having, just to the fact that this game is so ISO oriented, and if you're gonna get a big man on you with a BP, you're gonna, like, you know, just take advantage of your speed and get your three-pointers and stuff like that, or get wide open dunks. You're not gonna be dunking on bigs. Now, if you try to do that, so be it. I would probably recommend to put this a little bit higher. But for me, on the 6 foot, I definitely need to have Giant Slayer on. I feel like at 6 feet tall, like, I need to use that. Now, for the 21 shooting, I would probably recommend something like this. You know, this little diamond right here. You get the Green Machine, Deadeye, Hot Zone Hunter, then Range Extender as well. Probably Bronze Volume Shooter. If you want to rock out with Bronze Hot Start, I suppose. For me personally, honestly, I'm probably going to go ahead and do something like this when I use this build at max ability. Listen, like I said, if I miss, the video's done. So we just using Hot Start and we rocking out with that. Like I said, we doing this for content. But anyway, you get the deal on that. I would probably recommend, you know, the very basic setup right there. Now right here, this, I'm not gonna lie, has changed, and I don't have max playmaking, so I can't change it around. But like, for the most part, I would say definitely gold quick first step, probably gold unpluckable, where people are gonna be in your face a lot more. Honestly, what I will say though, if you want to use lower unpluckable, you could definitely rock out with like high space creator and just, you know, like I said, push them off you if they're playing you tight, and it's really as easy as that. But Anyway, with a build like this, you're probably going to want to rock some dimer just to help your teammates shoot, but at the same time, you have a really offensive build and you don't want to, like, you know, waste any of the playmaking badge points on something like dimer. So I will say tight handles has lost its value and you don't really need that as much. So I would just say at least bronze bailout. Definitely use handles for days, quick first step, and then either unpluckable or space creator on gold. So that's 9 right there. And then, like I said, I would at least use bronze bailout, and then you have 3 more badge points whether you want to use it on dimer or floor general. I just put it like that. Defensively, this is what I got right here for the My Career grind. Like I said, I would not use these. Don't take what I'm using and, like, you know, actually use any of that. Listen, I'm gonna put it like this. You need gold clamps. Now, a lot of y'all, you know, you say like, oh, I got 30 defensive, like I got 30 interior defense anyway. I got like no block. Why would I even use this stuff? Use bronze rim and bronze chase down, y'all. Like, for real, it changes your game. It really changes your game. But other than that, I would probably rock out with the gold intimidator. Need to be able to make people miss shots. Now, I understand I'm lacking on things like, you know, pick dodger and stuff like that. I have ways to get around it, all right? If you can really, like, if you're good at defense, you don't need pick dodger. You can go under, you can go over, you can chase them, like, in really good ways. I feel like you don't need this badge as much as people would think, and to have things like rim protector and chase down just helps so much more. But anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Look at this little midget right here. Yo, if y'all want me to grind this build out and use it at 99 overall, trust me, I will. I promise you, like, it would be so funny and so fun to, like, get nice with this build right here. And just, you know, at 99 overall, get contact dunks, stuff like that, have 95 ball control with 99 or like 97 speed, something like that. It'd be crazy to use this build. So listen, like I said, if you look at the defense, it's like horrible too, like 29 interior D, 27 block, 28, you know, offensive rebound. But like I said, I made this build for fun. I'm not using this to be comp. These are the type of dudes that complain about getting like dominated in the paint too, and then they'd be like, you're toxic for taking me into the paint. Yeah, you 6 foot with 29 interior D and 27 block. I be getting dominated on this dude. I understand it. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all be so eager to throw that toxic word around, and as y'all can tell, I'm a little bit affected by it. But we're not concerned with all the haters. I'm just telling y'all, like, there's people like crazy hating for no reason. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the end of this very long video, put midget in the comments. I just want to see it. Put midget in the comments for shout out to the little offensive threat right here. Put midget in the comments if you made it to the very end of the vid. If we get this to like 500 likes, I'd really appreciate that. And other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.